Hello, ladies. It is, oh my gosh, it's almost the middle of October already. And it's so hard to believe that we are so close to the middle of the month. Today is October 11th of 2019, and I just want to start with some updates. This is our weekly Sunday afternoon meeting, and we are calling it our 90-day blitz time. However, it's just going to be something we're going to continue on Sunday afternoon. I'm going to get with you, and I'm going to give you some updates and hopefully some training that you'll be able to work with your business and keep you updated if you watch it. I wanted to first say that this week coming up, we're on the 11th, and we have until the 17th to do your PCP. So this week, it'll be on Thursday. You will want to, is that right? Is that right? Thursday the 17th? For some reason, that doesn't sound right. Actually, today's not the 11th. I'm looking at something that's wrong. Today's the 13th of October. That's why it didn't seem right. So yes, this Thursday is the 17th, and this Thursday is the deadline for the PCP. You can always do it prior to the deadline. You don't have to wait until the deadline. And the reason I recommend you do it prior to the deadline, even if it's a day before, because a lot of times the lookbooks that the company sends out, they have a sample in them, and they have been known to, on the last day, on the deadline day, they have been known to reach the capacity of how many lookbooks they can have with the samples in them, because that's all, kind of figured out prior to. So I recommend that you get on. Now, if you have never done the preferred customer mailing, that is preferred customer program, PCP, preferred customer program. What you'll want to do is go into the InTouch site. You will then click on business tools. You will then click on my customers and make sure that all of your customers that you would like to send a lookbook to, that they are in your system under my customers. You add them all in and make sure that their addresses are as correct as you possibly could have them. And then once you do that and they're all in there and you know what they are, then you go back under business tools under preferred customer program, click on that, and you'll be able to enroll your customers. Now you can do as few as 3 to 5 customers. And so if you say, well, I don't have a lot of customers, I don't need to do that. Well, actually, I still recommend it, because the 3 to 5 customers that you have really deserve to be taken care of properly. So I highly recommend that you send a lookbook to everyone. They don't have to be a current customer. They can be someone that you just want them to know you're doing Mary Kay, and you've been keeping it a secret. And it can be anybody that you facialed. So just know that it can be anybody. It's 70 cents per person, and that 70 cents pays for the lookbook, the sample that's in the lookbook, and the postage, and that the company sends it out for you. So it's paying somebody else to take care of all of it, and you can't do that for 70 cents yourself, because of the cost of the book, the cost of the mailing, and yours won't have a sample in it. So all of the reasons why you want to take care of your customers and offer them to have preferred customer program. So I just wanted to really make mention of that, because I would love to see more of us taking advantage of that. And you might say, I've done it a couple times and nobody called me. Well, okay. It's recommended that you keep people on this preferred customer program for a while. And I'm going to give you a quick story. When I first became a consultant, and they didn't have the preferred customer program like it is right now, because we didn't even have computers then. And so that tells you how long ago it was. We didn't even have computers. So what I want you to know is I still had what I called my mailing list. And I would say, I would call the people who I had facialed, or the names that I had, the people I had in my system. I would call them up every 3 months. I would call them up and just check in with them and see, did they get my mailer? And believe it or not, I used to do mailers to my customers before the company even came up with the preferred customer program. I had these little newsletters we could get. I did my own postcards and did my own specials. And this was prior to a computer as well. We used to we would cut out little pictures, and I had a typewriter, and we would type things out. We would cut the pictures out, and we would put them on the little thing, and then we would take them to the copy store, and we would copy them on a copier. And then we would cut them up and send them out. Okay, this was like a long time ago. And I would say to somebody, you know, would you, I have a customer mailing list. Would you like to be on my mailing list? And we even did that way back then. Now, I want you to know that I had some people that had they were in one of my, like, probably within the first 3 months of my business, this one gal, Diane, was a hostess. And so Diane bought, at that time we had shampoo and conditioner, and she bought shampoo and a conditioner one time at the party. And that was all. And then I would call her every 3 months, and she would say, no, I'm good. It's okay. I don't need anything. And because that was back when people used to answer their phones too. And also, so I would call her, and I would call her, and I would call her. And finally, after 2 years of keeping her on my mailing list, I said, do you still really want to be on my mailing list? And she said, yes, I really do. I really like getting the things. And I was like, okay, because she wasn't buying anything, but she wanted to be on my mailing list, kept her on my mailing list. After 2 years, she called me, and it was right after I had my son, Andrew, and I had a C-section, so I wasn't driving yet. And it was probably about 3-4 weeks after I had my son, and I had to wait a couple more weeks. And so she called me up, and she said, okay, I want to get started on that skincare stuff now. I was like, oh, great. And I said, well, would you like to just get started, or would you like to have a party? She goes, I think I want to have a party so I can get it at a discount. And I said, okay, but if we can book it for 2 more weeks, because I can't drive yet. And she was like, sure. So she had a party. It was over $300. 2 people booked. One of them was her twin sister, and her twin sister's party was over $400. Now we're talking 30 some years ago, you guys, and it was $300 and $400. And all I did was leave her on my mailing list for 2 years, which didn't cost me very much. And because of that, and because I continued to call her, then she finally booked a party and got started on the skincare. But it took 2 years of me building on the relationship and letting her know she was important anyways. So I think what we have a tendency to do, and I've heard consultants do this, is where, like, if they meet them, and even if they facial them and the people buy something, and 2 months later they call them back, and the person doesn't want to be on the, hey Cam, trying to figure out how I can mute you. Did you already mute yourself? Let's see. Oh, there you are. Okay. So I think what happens is consultants go, well, I didn't hear back from her, or she didn't call me and want stuff, and they give them 2-3 months, and then they kind of write them off. And I want you to know that this business is built on relationships, letting the people know that you feel that they're important, letting that, you always have to work on making people feel important and making them feel valued, because you value their purchasing from you and supporting your goals and all of that. So customer service is kind of what I'm going to talk a little bit about today, because I think that that's something that, with this preferred customer program deadline coming up, I would love for all of you to really think about the people who have purchased from you, how excited they might feel if they were to get this lookbook with new updated things on the information. And when the company sends them out, I want you to know that on the back where it's addressed, it also has like their name on it, and it's got information from you, like you're saying hi to them. And so it's a layer of customer service that is so valuable, because you just never know. Plus, by sending the book out, then you can take your customer list, and even if your customer list is 100 or 200 people, which mine's more than that, but if it is, you can still sit down with that list and you can call them up. And it would be something like, Hi, Kim. This is Jan with Mary Kay, and I am just calling to check in on you. And I wanted to know if you received the lookbook that I sent to you with all of our new on-trend products. And I just wanted to know if you received it. And then if they say, oh, I don't know, it could be in that pile of mail, which always cracks me up because, again, I'm old school. So one of the things I do is like look at my mail every day, but people don't. And so if you were to say, I'm just calling to see if you received the lookbook, then you say, after you ask them that, if they say yes, did you have a chance to look through it yet and see the sample that's in it? And oh no, I didn't know there was a sample. Oh my gosh, girl, let me tell you about the sample that's in it. You gotta try it. And then I'm really excited about these other products that are coming out new, and I'm looking for people to give me their opinion, and I'd love to stop by and show you something real quick, or I'd love to tell you about it. And see, it's just a way for you to customer service with them to make sure that you're keeping them updated, on trend, and communicating with you so that you let them know they are of value to you. And I just really think that that we've kind of got away from that or haven't talked about it enough, because when you are in this business, sometimes it takes you initiating the call. And one of the things that we know is that the more times you initiate a communication, the better they're going to feel linked to you. So you could call today. Today is different than it was 30 years ago when we started doing this. So I will say this, one of the ideas that we have about customer service or trying to reach people is that you call them and then you send them a text and say, hey girl, did you get my message? I'm super excited about the new products. Give me a call. So you have to sometimes send people a text to see if they listen to your phone message, which blows my mind. But again, I have people, even my age, who don't listen to their voice messages, their voicemail. And then you got somebody like my mom who can't figure out and can't remember her password and can't figure out how to get into voicemail. And even if I write down all the steps, she can't remember the next time trying to read the steps. So some people just don't listen to the voicemail. So those are the people you hope, because sometimes they don't receive text messages. So you got to kind of call back another time. But I want you to know it's you reaching out to them. And sometimes people will, once they get the point that you're here to service them, and that when they don't buy anything, you're still upbeat and happy and say, well, I'm here for you, girl. I just want to make sure that we keep you looking young and beautiful. And that's what we do with Mary Kay. So you feel free to call me anytime, and I'll check back with you soon and find out how your products are working. But it's that whole customer service thing, because we talk about it when you first sell something to somebody. But I also want you to know that these mailings, and having a person receive something in the mail from you is vital to them knowing that you're there. And one of the things that cracks me up is when people haven't heard from me or seen me in a while, I'll get a message, are you still doing Mary Kay? That makes me want to cry. I go, oh boy, I'm not doing my job. If they have to ask me if I'm still doing Mary Kay, I might not be doing my job with everybody, right? So I just want you to know that that's a really important feature. It's really important that they know you're in Mary Kay. And if you want to stay in Mary Kay, the way to do it is to communicate with them, not just wait for them to call you. It's really important for them to know. And when they don't buy something, that you're still upbeat and happy. And I got to tell you that, now this happened a long time ago, but I'll never forget it. And that was like, because of calling my customers on a regular basis. And I can remember calling this one lady, and I called and I said, hi, is your mom? This young man answered the phone, and I said, hi, is your mom there? And that's all I said. Hi, is your mom there? And he put the phone down. He goes, Mom, it's your Mary Kay lady. And I kind of, So when she got on the phone, I was like, how did he know that? And he goes, he knows your voice. And I said, oh, okay. Because I was just shocked. Like, how did he know that? I just said, hi, is your mom there? That's all I said. And so it struck me. I tell you that story because you know what? Wouldn't it be great if all of your customers' family, husbands, kids recognized your voice because you serviced her enough that they knew who you were and that you were the Mary Kay lady. And I got to tell you, it does make a difference. And so, preferred customer program, the 17th, even if you just sign up 3 people at 70 cents a piece. 5 people, 7 times 5 is 35. So $3.50 is all it costs you for your customers to know you're in business, to see the new products, and possibly order. And I can tell you that normally when a new lookbook comes out, I can tell that the people are receiving it because I receive phone calls now. And people, once they get used to that and they know, in our skincare class, one of the things we tell them is that we know what women want and we're going to let them know what's on trend, and so we keep them in the know and on trend. Those are words that we say, and how one of the ways you can do that is to make sure that they receive a lookbook 4 times a year, and because they are going to be in the know and on trend then. And so I know that was a lot about preferred customer program, but ladies, I'm telling you, it is a way for you to keep the money coming in. Because when your customers have good customer service, you can have reorder business that can literally sustain you as a star consultant at an 1,800 wholesale level, 2,400 wholesale level. Sometimes mine's been higher than that with just my reorder business because I've always kept them in the know and on trend. And my reorder business is phenomenal. And I love that people trust me enough to know that I'm going to stay in this company because I'm going to always be there for them, that they can always count on me to have the products, and I'm always going to have it and get it to them as quickly as possible. Now, have there been times that I have had to rush something to somebody or spend the gas to drive 15 minutes to a half hour away to get them their mascara because I don't want them going to the store and getting their mascara? Yeah, there's probably been that. But there's also been the orders that come in at $250 to $300 on a reorder that took me 5 minutes over the phone. It all balances out. And what we have to be careful about is worrying about the penny, and we can't see the dollar because we're holding the penny so close to our eye. And that's the part you've got to be super, super careful about, because it can happen so easily that we're worried about every penny that we truly lose out on the long-term dollars, because sometimes we have to be inconvenienced in order to service our customers just a little bit sometimes, in order to make sure that they have what they need. And if I always have what they need and I'm always there, Johnny, on the spot to get it to them, they are less likely to stop at the store to pick up a mascara when they know, oh, Jan will get me the one I like anyways, or the oil-free eye makeup remover. Oh my gosh, always have tons of that, because once people start using the oil-free eye makeup remover, I guarantee you they will not want to go somewhere else. And I know I've had people say to me, oh my God, I was just really busy, Jan, and I just didn't get a chance to call you. And every time I thought of it, it was so late at night, I didn't want to bother you. But I have got to have my eye makeup remover because I stopped at the store and got one that was horrible. And so I just want you to know that it's up to us to call them and make sure and keep them on a schedule and work with them. And that's what customer service is really all about, is that we are contacting them. It's what sets us apart. It's what makes us different. And, you know, if you think about what the department stores do, and they are bombarding. I mean, there's one I like, so I like the store and I like the sales and it's the store I shop at when I need stuff. But I get a text message or an email daily from them, daily. And I think, wow. And we're concerned if we send one monthly, right? So I have started I'm going to be doing a newsletter to my customers now, in addition to my lookbook. And for instance, I sent one out just last month, and it was to give them some information about some of the new products, as well as remind them about their birthday things, the birthday discount that I give. And it was also to give them the save the date for my open house, and let them know that everything they purchased in September and October, that I was going to give them something free at the open house by them spending money this month. Because if you give them a save the date, what do? We sit around and we worry that, oh, if they see save the date for November, we're not going to get any sales in October. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I need sales every month, and I want sales every month. And in fact, I've got a huge goal for this month because it's a really short month for me. And you think October 31st, we've got 31 days this month, and it's a very short month for me because of the trips that I have planned. And one of those trips is the free cruise from the company, which I am just super excited. I'm kind of getting geeked about that. It just sounds so wonderful. So the other thing I wanted to make mention, now that I've really hit on the preferred customer program and customer service, the other thing I want you to know is that I do leave for my trip on the 28th of October, that morning. So what I'm looking at is, if you need help with an order, if you need help, or if you have questions, you want to know something about the new products, you aren't able to get to a meeting or whatever, and you can't see them, anything you need from me, if we can do it by the 27th of the month, that would be wonderful, because from the 28th on, I'll be kind of unavailable. However, my assistant, Lynn, she will be available, and I will send out an email specifically for that. So if you do have questions, or you have issues, or you need to get an order in and something's not working right, and you have questions, or you just want her to do something with it or help you with it, she is going to be available to help everyone. And she's going to have access to get in to do what we need to do. So even if we need to put your order on hold until I get back, and you need it done, so we can do that. I will be back on November 1st, and I will be available to talk on November 1st, probably by late morning, which will be that Friday. I'll be available. But if we want orders to go in for October and we need them on hold as a result of it, she will be capable of doing that as well. So she's going to be there to help you in any way. And I just wanted to make sure that you know that. All right, so the 90-day blitz. One of the things we talked about this week was at our meeting on Thursday night was, how many people are listening to the Voxer messages? We are putting out a Voxer message every day, excuse me, during the week. And it's either myself or Terry, our wonderful spin-off director, Terry Grover, who I am just so proud of, and she's working to make some things happen and get on target for her car and hit her first $1,000 bonus. So if you're in Terry's unit and you're watching this, girl, get on board with that team spirit and do what you got to do. You've still got a lot of days left. So what do we have? 20 days left in the month? No, less than that. We have about 18 days left in the month, but you got enough time. And I know she's counting her $300 orders for this month, and she knows exactly how many $300 orders she needs. And so I just want to encourage you. I do too. I know how many $300 orders I need for us to hit our goal this month as well. And so if you are listening to this and you have questions about the holiday products, the mask pads are sold out. And so just so you know that. And but the other products we can still get they're still available to get. And so if you have questions, then please let me know. And I hope that everybody with the Terry's Believe in Beauties unit, that they truly get on board and make that goal this month and set that first milestone. Because what it does is it puts you on the map. With Mary Kay, the company, it's kind of a big deal. It's a really big deal. for the people who do on the move. That's the first bonus that she's going to get, is for being on the move. And I can tell you that it's a really big deal because not all units do it. And so I'm so proud of her because she knows exactly what she needs to get there. And I know y'all will jump on board and help her. And as far as our unit is concerned, and Terry's unit too, both of us, the other thing that we're doing for the month of October is we want to share this marketing plan with 100 people. If we share this marketing plan with 100 people this month, then we will have a drawing at our first meeting in November. We will have our drawing for 3 $100 cash prizes. It's going to be $300 cash prizes. And so it's going to be like really awesome. And we're going to be working to, we want to really give that money away. And Terry's unit's trying to get to 100, and we're trying to get to 100. So that if you have people that you can share this marketing plan with, then please let me know ASAP so that we can do that. All right, now, one of the things that I'm always reading a book, and one of my favorite authors is John C. Maxwell. And I'm actually reading, I finished one book today of his, and I'm still working on a different one. So I kind of have two books going. But I just want you to know that I'm going to give you some questions that I want you to ask yourself, and I want you to think about this. But the first thing I want to say is this. Every day, we have a chance to start over. If we're not reaching our goal, we have a chance to start over every single day. And if you are not doing a weekly plan sheet, if you have not done one, I realized on Thursday night when we were talking, number one, that not everybody was listening to the Voxer message. So if you want to hear our Voxer message every day, it's some kind of an inspirational message or information, then please let me know. And if you're not on the group yet, I'll make sure you are. And Voxer is a free app that you can download into any phone or an iPad. You can put it on an iPad. Any kind of device like that, you can put Voxer, and then you can listen to the message. The other thing was the weekly plan sheet, because if you really want to accomplish a lot in a week and balance your life and know where you are and know where you're going, because sometimes I don't even know where I am, right? Okay, busy days. You go, oh, what am I doing? Okay, the way to do that is to work with a weekly plan sheet. So I went around the room and I asked if did you do a weekly plan sheet? And the answer was yes, I did a weekly plan sheet. And I said, well, do you look at it every day? And it was like, and it was like, well, where do you have it? Where do you have the weekly plan sheet? On my refrigerator was the answer. And I said, and it's the only copy you have? And it was like, yeah. And I said, well, do you look at it very often? And the answer was no. That's why I kind of missed out on a couple things I was supposed to have been doing this week and didn't do. And I went, okay, so here's my recommendation about weekly plan sheets. 2, you sit down and you write it out and you put one on your refrigerator, and that's for everybody else in your family to know where you're supposed to be or where you're going to be. It's not the one you're going to work off of. So the other one is to have somewhere where you have it with you all the time. And you are always working from it, and you're looking at it every night and every morning. And then you're creating your 6 most important things list based on what is on your weekly plan sheet. So if you're going to do a weekly plan sheet, do 2 of them. One for the refrigerator so that your family knows where you're supposed to be. The other one is for you to work off of. So that's one thing. The other thing was just knowing where you want to be. And I think that one of the things that I was reading, and one of the things that really kind of hit home for me, was to ask some questions and to understand that practice the value of connecting with people. That's one of the chapters that I read and I want to share. And this is the author, John C. Maxwell, talking. As a kid in junior high, I began to see the value of developing my people skills, the people path. I have been traveling has served me very well. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me repeat that. the people path that I've been traveling has served me very well. My biggest takeaway from this journey is this: always, almost everything we become and accomplish in life is with and through people. Therefore, the ability to connect and create relationships with others is the most important skill that we can learn. With all the emphasis our culture places on education, you might think that knowledge is the greatest asset to build your business. However, the Carnegie Foundation discovered that relational skills are far more important if you want a bright future. Their study found that only 15% of a person's success is determined by job knowledge and technical skills, while 85% is determined by an individual's attitude and ability to relate to people. Charles Schulz, the creator of Peanuts comic strip, developed an interesting exercise to help drive home the importance of relationships in our daily lives. See how well you do on this little quiz. Number 1, name 3 of the wealthiest people in the world. Number 2, name 3 of the last 5 Heisman Trophy winners. Number 3, name 3 of the people who have won the Nobel or Pulitzer Prize. Number 4, name 3 of the last 5 Academy Award winners for Best Actress. And number 5, name 3 of the last 5 Grammy winners of the Album of the Year. How'd you do? Unless you're a trivia buff, chances are you struggled with 1 or 2 of those categories. Regardless of your score, however, the point is that few of us remember the headlines of yesterday. The answers to each of those questions aren't second-rate achievers. They were and are the best in their fields. But the applause dies, the awards tarnish, the achievements are forgotten. Here's another quiz, and this is the one I want you to really take for yourself. See how you do on this one. Number 1, list 3 teachers who aided your journey through school. Number 2, name 3 friends who have helped you through a difficult time. Number 3, name 3 people who have taught you something worthwhile. Number 4, think of 3 people who have made you feel appreciated and special. And number 5, think of 3 people you enjoy spending time with. Was this quiz a little easier for you? Of course it was. You likely had little trouble thinking of names of most, if not all, of these questions because of the impact each person made on your life. You tend to remember more of the people who made a mark on you than the people who make a mark on history. People like the folks who introduced you to the network marketing or to Mary Kay. The people who are going to mean the most to you are the ones who introduced you to Mary Kay. The lesson in all this, the people who will make a difference in your life are not the ones with the most money, most credentials, or the most awards. They are the people who have connected with you, invested in you, and care the most about you. It's become a cliche, but it's true. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So I wanted you to think about that, and I really want you to write down the answers to those 5 questions. 3 teachers that aided you, 3 friends who have helped you through a difficult time, 3 people who have taught you something worthwhile. Think of 3 people who have made you feel appreciated and special, and 3 people who you enjoy spending time with. Really think about that. And I'll tell you this, don't be afraid to send them a little note if you can get a hold of them, or you can contact them anyway. Don't be afraid to send them a note and let them know how you appreciate them or how they made an impact on your life. And just know that if we are doing our job in Mary Kay with our customers and with our consultants that we have sponsored into the company, we will make an impact on their life. They will remember us. And it's not because of any diamond ring or car or achievement that I've done, it will make a difference because we made them feel special. And I just want you to know that we're going to be doing a lot more with information about that. And we're going to be talking a lot more about it. And then my last little thing that I want to share with you is on our YouTube channel, I will be posting either later today or tomorrow. I'm going to be posting some videos that are training videos that I'm going to break down into sections that have to do with our appointments. So it's about the opening of our appointment. I'm going to be talking about the body of the appointment. I'm going to be talking about the table close and how to close individually. I'm going to be talking about how to coach your hostess, how to set up your table and to do things. So I'm going to break them up into little sections so that you can use this as training for your business. And I just want you to know to be watching for those, and hopefully we'll make a difference in your life through being able to watch the training that I do, no matter if you can come to a meeting, no matter if you live near me and in my city, or if you live in another state, you're going to be able to click in and watch my training so that we can help you grow as we start to grow, each and every consultant in our unit, and really flourish with growth. We're going to really be talking a lot about growth because that's what it's really all about. And when I see you grow, it just brings me joy. So I want to thank you for listening today and being a part of this. And I'm just going to ask Kim, you're on right now. Did you wave your hand if you would like to comment in any way? Okay, I'm going to unmute you then. Okay, go ahead, Kim.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, my picture isn't coming up on the thing, so that's weird.
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. So yeah, just a couple things that you mentioned when we were following up with our customers. We do this when we're doing new people, but just leave a message after you send them a voicemail and then send them a text message to see if they received it or not. So, you know, that's a good thing to do with your customers too. And then just every day we have a chance to start over. So that's a good thing. And then the people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. And, you know, I love to hear the takeaway each time from when you guys listen to trainings and things like that. So, so please feel free to always message or make a comment. If you watch the video from our Star Achiever page, feel free to, you know, comment in the little comment section and feel free to do that. And I just want to congratulate Kim. This month, she has a new business partner this month already. And so we're excited to get her going and working with her. We're very excited about that. So congratulations, Kim. Yay. And again, Terry's I Believe in Beauty's unit, I just believe that they're going to have some awesome achievers this month. And also don't forget that with your $600 wholesale order in a month, that you receive the beautiful bead jewelry that you can receive each and every month. And so, you know, if you want to get on board that, and we're going to be a month into our Star Consultant, the new Star Consultant quarter. We're a month into that. And on Tuesday, it'll be exactly a month in. And so I just want you to know that if you want to be a Star Consultant, the best thing to do is have at least 600 in sometime this week. So in that first month, you have your 600 wholesale order in so that you can be right on target, just really tracking right on target with that first month of already having 600 in. That it will be amazing because it's so much easier. Inch by inch is a cinch. And so I just want to recommend that. And I just want to say, mwah, I hope you all have a great week this week. And I will be talking to hopefully a lot of consultants this week. We do have our meeting tomorrow night in Battle Creek, and we will have our meeting here at my house On Thursday, in both of those events, we will be having a holiday coffee. So if you have guests and you want to invite them to the holiday coffees, just to come and see what we have to offer, that would be great. If you have somebody that you just want them to hear more about the opportunity, you can bring them. If you have a customer that, let's say you have a customer that, or a hostess this past, even 2 weeks, go back even 2 weeks, anything from the first of the month, you could invite them and then just praise on them and recognize them and thank them. And so it's a great way for you to say, thank you to your customers, is to bring them and in front of all of your peers, let everybody know how wonderful she is. So make it a great day, and I can't wait to talk to all of you.